Parashat Bamidbar, this week's parasha, always comes before the holiday of Shavuot. One of the reasons is because last week's parasha, we read the kelalot, the curses, if a person doesn't listen and doesn't keep the mitzvot of the Torah. So in order to divide between the curses and receiving the Torah, HaShem made sure that there is one parasha, Parashat Bamidbar, that comes right before Shavuot. Now, maybe they can organize it in a way that another parasha, next parasha, Parashat Naso, will come before the holiday of Shavuot. But we see that no, always Parashat Bamidbar comes before the holiday of Shavuot. Now, Hachamim teach us that there is a connection between a parasha, a certain parasha that occurs before a certain holiday. Now, what is the connection? So first of all, we start Masechet Avot, Mishnayot, Pirkei Avot. It says Moshe kibel Torah miSinai. That Moshe Rabbeinu got the Torah where? On Mount Sinai. Here, this week's parasha also starts Bamidbar. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe bemidbar Sinai, on Mount Sinai. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu told this week's parasha, he told Moshe on Mount Sinai. We see the connection over here between receiving the Torah on Mount Sinai and this week's parasha starting where? On Mount Sinai. Now, beautifully, if we look what HaShem tells him. Okay, so he tells him this week's parasha on Mount Sinai, but what does HaShem say? He says, "Se'u et rosh kol adat bnei Yisrael lemishpachotam levet avotam b'mispar shemot kol zachar legilgelotam." So HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Moshe Rabbeinu to count Bnei Israel, just like a person counts something that he has. And Rashi says over here, the same way, if a person has something that's precious to him and he keeps counting it, he just likes it. That's what a person does. He likes to see the number of the things that he has, a certain amount of the things that he has, and he really likes, so he keeps counting it. The same thing HaShem does with Am Yisrael. But it says, he doesn't say, and interestingly, he doesn't say count Bnei Israel. It says, Se'u et rosh kol adat Bnei Israel. So now let's see the connection between all the things that we just mentioned. So we said that a week ago we read about the curses. We are about to have the holiday of receiving the Torah. And in the middle, we see a connection that it's in Mount Sinai, and we see counting Bnei Israel. Now, the way, the tongue, the lashon that HaKadosh Baruch Hu said that, se'u, mean rise and elevate et rosh kol adat bnei Israel. You should elevate Bnei Israel. And what is the message for us right after the curses is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is counting us because he loves us. Not only that, he uses in a way that counting, he says to elevate us and to teach us all that we are all, each and every one of us, is precious to HaShem in his own special way. Meaning it goes from person to person. Each one has a special connection to HaShem. Just like children. Are all children the same? No. But the parents are loving. It's amazing to see how each child has, his own special things, and they're all being loved the same. Ask any parent, who do you love more? So what do you mean? They're all my children and I love them all the same, and they're all precious to me just the same. So the same thing with HaShem. So right before going to receiving the Torah, HaShem tells us, I'm not expecting, HaShem says, I'm not expecting from you what I expect from him. You are your own person. Whether you can do anything that you can do better, if it's berachot loud, just make berachot on food. A little more tzeniut, talking nicely. Anything that we can do in order to open our hearts and our minds to be able to receive the Torah. And remember, what is Torah? There is no life for a Jew. There is no real satisfaction. There is no real happiness and being really, really satisfied for a Jew without Torah. So Be'ezrat Hashem, let the curses that are behind us, we are here, HaShem is elevating us, we're doing what we can, and we are going to come ready for receiving the Torah. I wish you all a great day, Shabbat Shalom, and Hag Sameach.